My name is Gary Buteau, and I am brand new to this game. I'm working on our third house right now. I had wanted to get into renovations for quite a while. No, it was great. As a brand new investor, Kyle made himself fully available for any questions I might have and that kind of thing. And that alone was hugely helpful. Several times it's been half an hour on the phone, just asking one thing after another, and Kyle was patient to explain it to me. Initially, I used a home equity line for our first property, so we used our own funds there. But after talking to Kyle explained the concept of leverage and not needing to use as much of our own funds to be able to fund a second property at the same time, and being able to have both those projects kind of overlap a little bit is very helpful because there can be some downtime in the process. And so just being able to go to Intrust, there's not a lot of questions there, as long as you have a reasonable property with a good plan. I think funding outside can be very problematic or non-existent, and maybe too much red tape, that kind of thing. But with Kyle and these guys, very smooth, and just a relief. As a new person, I had enough going on at the time, and not having to worry too much about the funding aspect was hugely helpful. And just being able to fund not only the home but also the renovation budget, awesome. Very helpful in the leverage idea to be able to get two going at once. Well, I can mostly speak from my experience, but I was working with one of their agents, Garrett, and he found a property up in Sultan, and so in my case, we needed to have a property to invest in, and we needed to have a budget laid out. That came from Garrett, so for me it was easy. And so just having, so you know what you're getting in for, you know how much you want to spend, you know the things you want to fix, and only those things. Don't go outside the budget. Right. I've heard over and over again. And so just having a reasonable approach, and it was fairly easy. I don't awesome. Recall doing a whole lot right. else. Once the project's underway, you take about 15-20 pictures for your 3 or 4 draw points, and as long as they see good progress happening, it just worked very smoothly.
Awesome.
Partially what I mentioned earlier, Kyle's very patient. I'm just happy to answer all my questions, and to do it in a way that you don't feel like you're imposing on these guys. And of course, people are going to evaluate their alternatives, but as far as wanting to do something quickly, having not so much red tape, and just being, first thing is to get the property without losing it while you're trying to get it. And so as far as everything moving along quickly and just being easy to work with, and it's kind of built in when it's one of their properties, but otherwise works as well, I've heard.
Awesome.
And so I have been impressed, and I've appreciated the help that they've given, especially there's a lot to learn as a new person, and so they've made it a lot more smooth for me to get into this business.